Hey, good morning, everybody. So this is a little bit different. Most of the time, I do this at night. I did whenever it first started out. I did a couple of streams during the day, but I found that night really fit my schedule a little bit better, especially with children, kind of in and out and everything. So this is me just trying to finish up some stuff that I started yesterday. So if you weren't a part of that, that's fine. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm working on some initials, one for each one of my kids, so one on each leg. And yesterday I was able to complete, I'd say 90% of the first one, and today I'm going to go ahead and start on the second one. The reason that I'm doing this, the reason that I'm kind of going about this, instead of doing this at night and having this more of a like a bonus time, a bonus episode, if you will, is that honestly, like I liked the placement. I went ahead and put the stencil on last night, and I liked the placement of how the stencils work together between each leg. And I really didn't want to lose that by just going through my day and, possibly the stencil rubbing off or, sweating off or being washed off or whatever. So while the stencil is still somewhat fresh, I just wanted to go ahead and start on that and get that, at least get some of the outlining done and a little bit of the shading. Um, as I was saying on the last episode, I am definitely a person who will do well, I'm doing my own tattoos, but I'll do my tattoo and then I will do it to the best the best acceptability that I have at the time. Depending on fatigue and any type of issues that are going on, technical issues or anything like that. So I give each design 2 weeks before I revisit, and then I will revisit and I'll touch up. And I think that should be the standard. I'm not a professional. Uh, I'm not a do-it-yourselfer, like in the sense of teaching someone else to do it themselves. I don't actually recommend anybody do this themselves, but this is a journey that I'm doing and that I'm taking for several reasons, and I kind of consider it, kind of therapeutic, and it just helps me out. So that's really what's going on. Now, that being said, I have everything. I'm just repeating this. I know most of the people that are my followers, they follow me at night. So, just for anybody who stumbles in, like what the heck is going on here? Everything that I have is wrapped in plastic, sterilized, and as if I was going to be tattooing someone else, which I have no intention of doing at this moment. Um, even my own machines, I even wear gloves. I know where my fingers have been. I don't know what's underneath my fingernails. No one really does. So I don't want to. I practice all the safety that I would practice on anyone right here. So try to keep everything nice and neat. I will be using some standard size needles, 7 grouping, optimized for lining to start off with. And then I've also got same size standard needles, same grouping, but optimized for shading. I'm working with a straight 100% black, and then I've got several black washes that I'll use for shadowing if I get that far. Yesterday's I did work on my shin. I'll be working on the other shin. I heard that the shin was like one of the most painful things that painful placements that you can work with. Um, and I had pretty good luck on my right shin, so hopefully I feel the same um, you know invincibility working on my left shin. So let's just go ahead. Now, I will have to take several breaks because I am elevating and straightening a leg and then bending over. I'll try to keep the volume from clipping out too hard, but I will be leaning more towards the mic. So I am kind of leaning over. I am doing a little bit of tattoo yoga, if you will. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can get this going here. All right, so this is what I'm working with. You can see there's a couple of spots that I actually missed uh, on the stencil placement whenever I put it on, and I just went over that this morning with a Sharpie to get a reasonable idea of where things are, um, and just go ahead and working with that stencil. So yeah, I'm not going to throw out any name brands. I'm not going to throw out any super big tips or tricks or anything like that. Again, this isn't a um, like a do it yourself so much as it is like a uh, me just wanting to get some tattooing in, and I enjoy doing it and I enjoy getting it done. So this is best of both worlds for me. Um, but yeah, I mean, I do have everything wrapped up. And there we go. I don't want everything wrapped around though. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'll be keeping my eye, like I'll look up as often as I can, just to see if anyone joins in, if anyone has any questions or comments or anything like that. Um, Feel free. I do have the chat open. I can see what's going on, at least a little bit. All right. And if for whatever reason I lose visibility on the camera, please, be patient. One of the things that I try to say over and over again is that, I mean, I know it is live streamed, right? But it is my skin. So I will be paying extra special close attention to my skin rather than stream for the majority of the time. Had a really great group last night. Like people like to come in. I was surprised. Like sometimes whenever I'm watching live streams, I see a lot of people. Oh, hey, what's up? How you doing, man? Sorry about your conference call. I I'm kind of invulnerable to those right now. So I was working on some stuff last night, and I had this stencil already placed. So rather than lose it, just wanted to go ahead and get started on it so that I can work, maybe work on something else tonight. Maybe definitely work on something. That's a little tight. Yeah, right. Do you actually have the weekend off? Because that'd be new and different for you, I think, right? I mean, you are one of the busiest people I think I've met. Especially on the weekend. The fun placement. No, all this stuff is terribly close. I do know you're. I do know you're supposed to be working. No, I just had this stencil on last night, and I really didn't want to lose it. just throughout the day. So I figured I'd go ahead and throw down on it, and maybe I can work on experimenting with some color this evening. Um, since that's something I don't like. I just got all these colors in the mail last week, and I haven't really explored anything with them. So yeah, just thought I'd go ahead and throw down on this and see what happens. That way I can go ahead and start working on some new designs. I've actually been looking at crawfish designs, like you were saying, and like you were joking about. But there's a like I've done a little bit of like some kind of like like my ghost is kind of a spooky traditional tattoo design. But I'm looking at possibly doing something a little bit more traditional. And yeah, definitely don't let me stop you from working, man. Know what you do is awfully important. No sarcasm. Uh, yeah, like what part do you want to see? I guess like do you want the whole shebang? Do you just want to see these two together? Like what you looking for here, my man? I'll show you some leg. You good for it? Oh, so like all of them. Okay. Yeah, give me a couple minutes. I'm gonna have to take a break here. Not too soon, but kind of soon since I don't want to lose too much flexibility. I'm still like kind of stiff from last night's session. It was not pleasant being all bent over and cramped. Okay, I can do it real quick. Here, this would be a good spot to go ahead and give a kind of a little break anyway, I suppose. So let's see. There's the spider. It's healing up pretty good. The yellow's starting to show through a little bit. There's still a little bit of redness there. So, and then this is, I would say that this is about 30% done. I just, I'll go back, clean up some lines, fill in the shading a little bit more, and then work the color on the rose and the forget me nots on this side. Let's see. Let's see. We got the first roundabout of color here. The bomb. We got this neo traditional kind of dagger going on. Um, my tooth with the little halo on it. Ugly halo, man. First time trying to do one of those. Um, this thing, which definitely needs to be touched up a bit. I'll need to hit these lines, but no big deal. Got my little dragon guy. Let's see this weird. I don't know what you'd call that. Like I don't. It's just a cool little design. My gnarly narwhal. I'm gonna keep him nice and ugly. And I've got my Russian nesting dolls of skulls here. And then that's oh no, I'm not even gonna show that one. What I worked on last night, which was this. So this is the first of two initials. This is I need the camera to kind of clear up a little bit. I think it will if I stay here for a second. But um, this is the initial for my son. I'm working on the initial for my daughter now. All right. This guy, he's about same thing as the skeleton over here. He's got about one more week before I go in and touch him up. All done in gray. I'll go in and fill in a lot more of the detail and start working on coloration and shading, colors on the cone flower, and I forget what these guys are. I forget, but yeah, it's another set of flowers that come up here, and then I've got axe. Yeah, I'll get your initials in there, no problem. Um, this little poison pill guy, uh, rose on the inner thigh here. My square peg in a round hole. Um, cute Thulu with his little heart and a ghost. Nice traditional style ghost. So yeah, I mean, there's a few things going on there. Um, hope you got a chance to see that. Definitely, I'm brand spanking new to this. All these tattoos are my first time tattooing, so um, it's kind of new and different. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that little dude. It's actually I was thinking about color, like doing the color tonight. Since I'm doing this, I don't know. I mean, I don't see where it's going to take too long to actually do the color. So I'm not sure if the whole episode can really be devoted to that, but we'll see. We will see. Yeah, if your coworker has like any artistic ability whatsoever, you have them let me check out like doing this, but I would start off on fruit and fake skin. I have a little bit of fake skin. I always joke that, it costs money. That's why I don't use it. Um, it doesn't cost that much money, but oh. Definitely like, I mean, check out check out the go back and look at some of the stuff that I've, some of the episodes that I did. Because I mean, it's time consuming for me. Somebody said that they couldn't believe like how fast I do this, but they said that last night, and I'm like, I feel like, like a more professional place, aka not me, somebody who is a professional, actually knock some of these out a lot quicker. A lot quicker. I feel like I spend a lot of time experimenting. I'm not really pretty much the, every time that I do something, the first time, like always the first time. With the exception of this, like this lining, but I tell you what, like I don't care how good I ever get. All right, got a Totally got a bot on here. Sweet. That's what I was hoping for. Don't really care. Best followers. Got the best followers. They show up and they participate, and I like that. Let's see exactly how I did this. But yeah, this is the. It's really fun. I have a good time doing it, and I always feel like I haven't, like it's not a waste of time or anything. What's great is I actually had the commander and first sergeant drop in on one of the streams, so they've seen some of the work. I've seen some of the work that I'm doing, which I think is pretty funny. But um, mostly, I think it's funny because everyone everyone seems to kind of support or at least understand that this is just something I'm going to do. Getting pretty close to like the part that I'm one most excited about and also most nervous about. So I'm kind of revisiting before I go any further, revisiting a couple of these things just to make sure that they're good. Because this is about to get really intimidating really fast. There's a naked angel, naked pregnant angel on the inside of this piece. So lots of fun. Probably can't. I don't think it's really going to translate too well, but I'll give it a shot anyway. Yeah. I know, right? Not too shabby. Yeah. This is actually, I'm still surprised. Like, I expected the shin to be a little bit more uh, sensitive. Maybe I'll just hit like one big nerve, like right as I'm moving down on this, and decide that everyone was right. This is extremely painful. Try to move up just a little bit so you can get some of this in. What's great about this too, and maybe some people would say that this isn't great, but I think it's kind of a bonus, is that I know that whenever this heals up, like after, you know, maybe a year or so, and the ink starts to dissipate, like I'm actually really excited about that, because the features kind of fade into one another. Because I know I can go back, just touch up parts of it, and it's gonna be wild, like definitely gonna be like this ethereal effect until I do touch it up. No, definitely not. I mean, I do have a pretty high pain tolerance, I think, but like I am the worst when it comes to man flu. My wife will tell you that. Like a really awkward angle. All right, man. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck on your conference call. Make money. It's nice and shiny, soften up that skin and get ready to catch this extra ink that's about to fall down. It's like one of the most bizarre uh, letters I've seen. Talked about it a little bit last night, just because like there's so many weird organic shapes. Put this guy way ahead of his time. I wish I could remember his name. Actually, I was trying to search up last night, like where I found his designs. I just couldn't find him. He was like I just got really lucky to find him the first time. I do have a blast with this. At some point, I think I'll probably end up doing, a little bit more traditional type designs. But right now, like, it's, some of these are just so out there. It's a lot of fun. I had a ton of fun doing it. Focus. Maybe wrong, maybe wrong. I'd love to be able to do like a one line, like a one time pass in some of those things. All the curves and everything. Like take this almost like like a draw on paper where I just do what I can and get a little sketchy, I guess, with it. not sketchy like, illegal or stupid or whatever, but like some more lines that are a little bit sketchier in the style of sketch. I'm gonna finish lining this part out. Like I've already wiped away a lot of the replacement stencil that I put in here, which is highly unfortunate. And I'll end up I think I might take a couple minutes just to let my foot get some blood running back to it. Once I get this outline done, I'm gonna feel a lot better about it. Then I can do the rinse, how much actually stayed in the skin. Of course, I have to go over again. For whatever reason, and sometimes I think it's the cartridge. Sometimes I think it could be my own inexperience. But sometimes this stuff just doesn't take right. I'm not sure what happened there. Feel like I did anything weird there, but it kind of show up as weird right there. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Hey, what's up, Cat? Didn't expect to see you on. Probably didn't expect to see me on. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to waste the stencil that I put on last night, so I'll go ahead and work with it. And I thought, well, I don't normally stream during the day, so fun. Give it a try. Oh wow, congratulations! Did you got a pretty good feeling about it, or it's kind of an odd question to ask, but it's legit. Good, good. Just you finishing up a degree, going into crazy thing like I don't know. I don't really even know. I'll be starting my master's degree pretty soon, but I'm not exactly sure why. Other than I can, yeah. Seriously, good job. School's tough, man. Oh, hopefully the outline is here. We're about to find out. God, I'll be. It's like most of it actually stayed in the skin. Get out of town. All right, give another rinse right in here just to make sure. Yeah, it's not too bad. Hey, you know what? Doing your best. I know it's cliche, but like that's what you can do, right? Of course, if hey, I might take a little break before I start shading. If you'd spend a little bit less time watching me put ink in my leg and more time studying, you know, I'm just kidding. I'm absolutely kidding. Full support. Full support. Sure, you did great. Man, I just got to get a little bit more feeling in my leg, and then I'll start doing some shading on this, and then I might go back after a little bit and just touch up, make sure I got because it's a little bit faint in this area, but that's okay because there's a lot going on. Like the shortest break I've taken in a long time. What was the if you don't mind me asking, what was the exam on? Just curious. Philosophy. Ooh. Ew. Okay. Not an easy subject. I probably would fail philosophy, honestly. This is like a really light um, shading that I'm doing. Same thing as last night, where I was just putting in a light shadow before I started working out too much more. All right, sounds good. I'll still be here making marks on my leg. You got anything exciting you're working on today, Gary? Don't gotta lie if it's not exciting. We're always doing something interesting. So, okay. The real question is it licensed? The reason I asked that, hypothetically, you don't have to answer, but the reason I asked that is because if it's not, okay, I was going to say if it's not, then it's out of date, guaranteed. But it's good to know. I don't really keep up with too much anymore, but we poke my fingers in every once in a while and see what's it. Yeah. It's rough. I mean, there's a lot of things that are good about that, like reset, but there's a lot of things that are not good about that too. What's the I man, I know I've got like a ton of questions, but what's the method of learning with that? Like, do you have an instructor? Is there official documentation? You know, is it like just books or no books, trial and error, forums? Okay, that's cool. Really cool, actually. It's good to see like uh, what I'm looking for. Um, Initiative. Yes. Hopefully, you're getting an opportunity to also get some teaching time in on that. I know it's still a new subject for you, but a little bit darker on this part. And then I guess you guys think we'd be branching out to other tool sets at some point, or like is this kind of like a because of the way that it's going to be used for the unit? Like this is what you're doing. I know I feel bad asking all the questions. You know, like just let it go. I'm curious. It seems like such a good idea, and it's pretty rare to see good ideas in that environment. Okay, all right. Well, whenever you're waiting like that, you really like it's a bonus because you're given the opportunity to begin defining that, you know, like what it is that looks like for you guys. So that's a really big thing. Like, hey, these are the things that we can do. These are the things that, you know, we find value in, that we think that, you know, you guys would find value in as well. Sometimes it's a hard sell, but because they already know what it is that they want, but at least you can help them define how to ask it. Yeah, yeah, I do know. It's a little raw, like going over the same spot a few times. Gonna bump up the strength of my wash one more time. I do want this to be fairly dark in these areas. So that's better. The dog is trying to sleep behind me. It's like that's all she does. Sleep and bark. Sometimes she combines those. Text from old Scott there. I get this teeny tiny little face and hair in here. Not oh my gosh. Let's just throw ink everywhere. I'm like, I don't know. As soon as I turn on this lower voltage and it gets really quiet, I get really quiet. I need to stop that. Probably find something to talk about. No, you're good, man. Like, I'm sitting here concentrating on shadows and what tall, not really paying attention to what's going on myself. Um, I was thinking, I think Scott should be coming over here shortly. Supposed to be helping him out with a template of a design that he wants to put on his leg, which I'm pretty excited about for him. Look too shabby. Keep working with the lighter shadowing, I think, and then we'll revisit some of the darker places again. Uh, I haven't seen like this latest round, like the was it the defamation? Like it's the suit and countersuit. Am I right? Um, I mean, it sounds like with the way that his last trial ended, that things should be it should be pretty cut and dry, right? Like she did him pretty dirty in the public eye. At least that's what the last outcome said, right? Ah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like she definitely she's just trying to recoup the cost of dragging him into court this last time. But I mean, he initially lost all kinds of contracts and everything. And I mean, Johnny Depp's awesome. He's an awesome guy. Well, I don't know if he's an awesome guy, but he's a great actor, and he's not. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. Saying this as an aging guy myself, but he's not getting any younger. So all the contracts that he can get, probably, he might be looking at some of this stuff and being like, "Oh, this might be my last one." Yeah, he's been doing great work for a pretty long time. Yeah, I haven't seen anything recently. I think I haven't been trying to keep up with it though. Uh, so I didn't even know. I didn't even know it was back. Like if it actually started yet. It was in session. And I guess she's also lost a lot of stuff. Yeah, hopefully they reverse that. Um, I do hope that they reverse that. Like I'm not sure what roles he would really play right now. It seems like the Pirates of the Caribbean are it's kind of they've definitely they've stopped at a point that they can actually end on. Because they don't really need to continue the series at this point in time, anyway. Yeah, she lost out on oh was he? Uh yeah, I didn't realize that. Sucks. Kind of a lot. It kind of sucks a lot, actually. Oops. Oh, my dog's gonna start barking. I heard my tattoo machine touch the side of the desk. It's a weird noise, Dad. Weird noise. Gotta kill it. This particular part in this tattoo is like one of the weird spots where it's almost like this alien kind of texture. don't like doing this in the day. I like doing it at night, but I feel like I'm less tired right now than what I normally am. Which is saying a lot. 'Cause I get tired pretty easy, but sometimes I stick my tongue out while I'm doing this too. Yeah, there is a little bit more. I mean, people are out, people are kind of out of work, and looking for a chance to relax, and that's good. Honestly, like, I don't know if, I mean, I find this relaxing, but that's the one that's doing it. So, and this is kind of unexpected as well. This wasn't completely planned. I just, whenever I looked down this morning and saw that the stencil was still pretty strong, I was like, man, I like the placement. I'd love to make sure that, that placement stays. Hate to lose it and then have to, hope that I get it right the second time. And I feel bad. My daughter's home sick, so, you know. But like I said, I wasn't feeling great yesterday. I was in pretty rough shape, so um, I'm glad I'm starting to feel a lot better. Still feel kind of, I think my neighbor's actually mowing my yard right now. Sweet. It's cool. In great shape. Just mowed it a couple days ago, but he's old, retired, and bored, so power to him. Mow away, old man. I am going to quickly just run through this piece real quick. This is going to be a little, I don't know, I shouldn't say a lot darker, but it's going to be darker in this area. So, oops. And I don't know, like, I love the interaction of the people that, that follow me here. Like, I cannot stress enough how great it is. Um, just to have people to, to kind of keep me sane while I do this. Not that I would, go crazy or anything, but the chances are I'd sit here, I'd be like talking to myself, and next thing you know, like that's like my life where I'm just talking to myself. It's great to have people here, uh, just to experience a lot of this with. I don't know if that sentence made sense. I want to pretend that it did, though. And I really, yeah, I know, right? Um, and I just get really into like what it is that I'm doing sometimes too, where I'm just like zoned out. Next thing I know, like I'm unsure, like, uh, what was I doing? What was I doing? I do have issues with them. Um, Sometimes they like the way that the mic used to be set up, like I would just bop it like with the back of my brim. Well, it's the front, but it's in the back right now. But see, if I was wearing it in the front, like if I, then I would be hitting the. Yeah, exactly. Bop it, twist it, pull it. Trying to darken up some of these shadows like dramatically in some places, but it's so small that like it's like anything that you do is dramatic. There we go. What are you trying to do, man? Shooting the chair away. This is it's turning out pretty interesting. Honestly, I didn't have too high hopes for it, but I am liking how this is looking. I'll go back and readjust again, like two more times. I think I've got slightly darker round of this. And then I'll hit it with the straight black in a couple of places again, just to try to make things pop a little bit more. I am gonna have to take like a small break from this just to let my leg reset. Oh. Also, check, make sure I'm not missing anything. I won't say work related, but because who does that? Who does work? Okay. Yeah. All right. So my buddy should be heading over here pretty soon for his stencil. Uh, yeah. She's a nut. She's like Luna. Come here. What's this? Huh? What's going on over here? You're a good girl. You're a good girl. I know. So confused. She does. She always wants attention. She's the best at needing attention. Um, but she's not very smart. This one, that's okay. We can't all be police dogs, right? We can't all be police dogs. Sometimes you just got to be dumb. She's not a bad dog though. Thank you. I appreciate it. she is she is something else. Um, Good thing she's cute. It's a good thing. She's really loud. So, I mean, I don't know what search terms some people use to find my channel, but I suffer from PTSD and generalized anxiety, and neither one of those things is particularly helpful, uh, or I should say, helped by her constantly being on guard and very loud barking. So both of those things are pretty rough for me sometimes. So I get a little mad at her, but she is super loyal. She's really sweet. She's good with whoa. What happened? I hit a hit a wrong button. I moved my phone and hit a button. Um, but yeah, she's super loyal, and she loves everybody in my family. Like, which you would think, like, oh well, that's what dogs do. Like, they're loyal and they love their families, but there's a lot of dogs out there that, they'll pick one person in the family and that's their person, you know, and I mean they don't like anybody else or they get jealous. She's not like that. I won't say she doesn't get jealous, but like you never know who's going to be her favorite that day. So, and yeah, welcome to the chat, Kitten Demon. Really cool that you joined me. This is not the usual time that I do my tattoos and stuff, and I actually will be on later this evening as well. So, but I appreciate you showing up, and hope you don't mind looking at my legs. I mean, they're not the worst legs in the world. Not the best legs either, but that's okay. Right now, I'm just wrapping up some shading. Um, this is my daughter's initial G. Finished my son's. Well, I won't say I finished. Never finish anything until like 2 weeks after I start it. But I did my son's initial last night on the other leg. So um, I've been doing this now for not this particular tattoo, but just my just tattooing. I'm doing it now for gosh, I guess about maybe 20 days or so. This is all new and different for me. Um, I enjoy doing it though, and I enjoy having it done. So kind of find myself in a really good spot for learning how to tattoo. Because I like doing tattoos. I like having tattoos done. Like now, I'm just trying to get a little bit more contrast in some of these areas. There are some awkward angles for me. So forgive me if I go, can't quite see the camera. You can't quite see what I'm doing on camera. Apologize. Get a little bit of pain in there. Nothing too bad. So whenever you do the shading like this, it's essentially I'm running over to the same place multiple times. I think professional would probably come in here and like do the darkest areas and work their way up to the light. Um, Maybe I don't know. So they're not running over the same areas over and over. causing, doing some trauma there to the skin. But at the same time, like, I don't know, I was trained with a pencil pen, right? So I'm not 100% like I know how I would do it, like, and that's the way I'm doing it, where I build up to the darkest. I won't be I won't be fighting the shadows, I guess, like Batman. I don't Not really. I don't know what that. Oh, I think he fights bad guys, not shadows. He is the shadows, right? All right. Almost there, I think. There's a couple of other spots. I just want to make sure that I put as much of that contrast in. So it really helps things kind of pop a little bit more. Move out some of these lines just a little bit. There we go. Time. Let's see where we're at. I can actually look at it on camera as well. If it would actually, there we go. I am pretty satisfied with that right now. Let me adjust one more thing. Thank you. I'm I'm glad you like it. It's always a sorry beating up on everything. It's always an interesting, uh, you know, kind of experimenting around. Like, yeah, and it's the same guy, right? Like it's the same designer, or the same, I should say, engraver. Needle's not quite thrown out as far as I want it to. Sorry, guys. I have to adjust the needle on the fly. Here we go. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I'll put them up side by side. This one will look a little bit more fresh, for reasons. But they both should look fairly, fairly fresh together. And all I'm doing right now is just kind of hitting this with that liner just to dig in a little bit more contrast in some of the areas. Instead of using like a solid black with the shader, softening things up, I want to work with the softness I already have and actually sharpen a couple of things just to make it a little bit more. A little bit more poppy. Yeah, I think this is getting me. It is getting me. And I thought it was kind of weird, like you know, even though the E and the G are done by the same people, this has a couple of same people, the same person. There's a couple of spots that are just way more interesting in detail. Like I love the overall look of both of them. So that's why I went ahead and chose this particular design. But I really think that I think the G has like some some pretty interesting points to it. All right. I think that's it. I think we are 95% done with this one. And let's try. Let's see if I can get both of them in there together. So, yay. I like it. So, I'm just going to wash that one down. And I'll end up cleaning it up a little bit at another date. I think that's it, man. Like I'm pretty happy with that. And more than that, like I'm really happy that everyone was able to show up and just keep me company and have some conversation. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm glad that you could make it during the day. I know that you're a busy person as well. Like so many people just have so much to do, and this is what I have to do right now. But I'm really glad other people can come in. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, Gary. I don't have too much more I'm gonna do right now, so I'm probably gonna take a little break and kind of clean up my area and start thinking about what I'm working on tonight. I hope everyone can come back this evening. Let's see, it's Thursday, so this will be the last episode before Monday. So I'll take Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off and spend time with my family and let my legs heal up, and then we'll come back at it again on Monday. So I really appreciate you guys stopping by, and hope to see you this evening. All right, guys. Yeah, seriously, have a nice day. That's awesome.